has set up the free kick after the ball into the back of the trickery and fleet-footedness has subsequently tucked the ball into the back of the Botswana net. Morocco the perfect start, and the ideal platform has given Morocco the perfect start.
I must tell you right now, that was a smart delivery from Tadno, because there was a problem between the defender and the goalkeeper. Nobody is going from Tadno, because there was a problem in between the defender and the goalkeeper. Nobody is going for the ball, and that was a clear chance used there by the Moroccan team.
Well, they were always going to be difficult and challenging from set pieces, Morocco. Botswana are happier to defend against a side that are running with the ball, keeping it on the ground largely. And that's what Morocco like to do. But from set pieces, they are dangerous. There's just a little too far ahead of Mosela Ayane. Allows Maseko Mutsu to shepherd this ball back to the goal line.
You can tell the Moroccan team they have good set pieces taker. You have the like of Eshad, you have Shebak, you have Tagno. So they have good players that can take free kick from anywhere.
Set piece time, Morocco are going to be dangerous. Botswana, that's a hopeful ball forward, played by Kisufensi Muchawe. Among the taller players in the Botswana outfit, nearly 6 foot tall, the 27-year-old. Ermichi. Sweep that ball out to the far side where Ridwani waited, but Shibak tidies up after that ball nearly spilled free in midfield. Botswana showing a little attacking, just looking to put pressure on that man's team. Benal Pedros, the 50-year-old former French international midfielder, known for his passing prowess.
She was always also a left footer from the left. She plays the midfield from the left-hand side, so she knows her trade. And then you can see the players, the way Nakash and Teknok, the way they're playing. So I think he still his knowledge upon these players.
So Khaled Kutlisang, the coach of Botswana, former double-action captain in a day, who's transformed this team and taken them to greater heights progressively. Now Botswana, from a set piece of their own, and they find the goal back that they so dearly desire. Tebe will strike it with the left foot if she takes this. Gulagele will hit it with the right. Botswana prepare for a set-piece response of their own. Too much pushing and shoving in the area here in the early stages. Khalfadoufe is being warned, so too is Masudi, the Moroccan goal scorer. Gulagele runs over it, Ditema will hit it, and it's straight towards the goal, and Botswana are back on level terms. Inside 7 minutes, we've seen 2 goals, and they have been superb set pieces. Morocco scored early, but Botswana have hit back immediately. It is a lightning start, and while the Atlas Lioness has roared, well, the Mares have responded with a kick of their own. Morocco have only conceded 1 goal in this tournament so far coming into this tie. It came from a set piece on that side of the park. Yet again, to a left-footed set piece taker, they have conceded. Ermichi beaten in the air. Ditebe scores her 2nd of this tournament, and Botswana thank her.
I'm telling you this right now, Dwayne, it's going to be an interesting night from the way both teams are playing right now.
Well, Botswana, despite the roar of approval, the roar of encouragement, the massive support base that Morocco has playing in front of their home fans here, Botswana have not been intimidated, and they would not be denied. What a response. Back on level terms, Elshad, Mrabit. El Hajj was waiting for the ball to come her way, but that is sent away as it's steered forward. Muchawe with the clearance.
The most interesting thing about both teams right now is that both teams have free kick and then they have just one chance, and then they utilize the chance. This is good for football right here. This is awesome.
It's wonderful to see. It's certainly wonderful to see that set pieces are being used as goal-scoring opportunities, as Sava Sergir is not only penalised but also been spoken to by the referee after conceding that foul. So 1-1. I can tell you that history has already been made today, as we confirm Debe is only 19 years old, the left-footed star who struck that ball home so venomously, giving Botswana their 5th goal of the tournament and her 2nd. The Kasafa region, where Botswana is from, so too South Africa, are already celebrating the success of Zambia, who on penalties advanced beyond Senegal to book a place in the FIFA Women's World Cup. And that no doubt would have trickled through to Botswana as well. They'll believe that they can have a World Cup ticket of their own, and they're playing as if they firmly believe that as well. We're into the 10th minute here, and it's 1-1.
I think Botswana is one team you don't have to like underestimate, because they have everything. They have this determination, they have this space, they have the likes of Tolakele, that when you pass the ball to her, she can cause damage and the opposite half. So this team, they want the World Cup ticket, and they are going for it. It doesn't matter the supporters that is behind the home team. You can tell the way they are playing, they are going to fight to the end of this game tonight.
Certainly are fighting, as Shabak is dispossessed on the far side. A little ball chipped forward. Veronica Mkhotsi looking to send that ball into the path of Fedorfe, who's making a charging run. Ermici just tidies up, 32-year-old goalkeeper. Certainly from open play, she is very dangerous to beat. In one-on-ones, she's been near impossible to beat.
Yeah, but it's kind of disappointing. Like when you score a goalkeeper from the first post, you're supposed to block the first post and then go out. So I don't know what is.
Can't keep this ball in play. Yes.
I don't know what. This is the second time they beat her from the first post. So I think she has to wash out.
Sorry, Ermici, starting play, just feeds the ball to Mrabet, the 22-year-old Madrid-born, to a Moroccan father and an English mother. Still plays in Spain, country of her birth. Somebody who tidies up rather nicely, though. Very good aerially is Mrabet. She keeps the ball on the ground here. For a long possession, looks to pick out someone on the far side as Redouane is going on the overlap, and Dagnaud just picked up on it and looks to make a charging run at the Botswana defence. Dagnaud couldn't get the pass away to Nsudi, but Nsudi has picked it up. Botswana have come away with it, though. A little bit in midfield between Schane and Tanda. Sees the ball away. That's Tebe, who scored the Botswana goal.
I think the battle is going to come from the midfielders. The team that wins the battle in the midfield has an upper hand. So you can see the way Botswana are playing right now. They are dropping like 4-5 at the back, so they don't want to give the midfield away. But now the Moroccans are finding the space behind them right now.
Yes, Sergei is running behind the Botswana defence, and that's out for the corner. So Morocco will feel with every set piece that they win, they have an opportunity to score, and perhaps they do. But Sedilame Busirja, Tsonso to her teammates. Somebody who is a very capable goalkeeper, although she's only just returning from injury. That's Mrabet. Shien El Shad, so dangerous from set pieces. El Shad in particular, having already scored against Uganda from a set piece in the 3-1 win. She scored against Zambia in a warm-up match as well. Dagnaud feeds. El Shad comes charging, but this time it's looped up in the air, allowing Busirja time to latch on to the end of it. And 1-1 it remains.
You can tell the way the Moroccans, that you've seen the way they play the corner kick. It has really improved compared to the last 3 games they played. So now they're actually causing problems between the goalkeeper and the defenders. So the Botswana team, they have to watch out for that.
Turagele, easily identifiable with the pink hair. Sifetsi Muchawe, among the stars for Prisons in Botswana. attempted. It's off the body of Dutebe and out of play. Hard-running wide player who can also slot in wonderful ball control, but how superb was a left-footed strike from the set piece. We've seen two exceptional set pieces taken. Morocco's set piece was just wonderful, the way it was executed. Don't know it feeding Suri, who slotted the ball home. And that was an incredible platform from which Morocco could have built. But to silence the home fans in the way that Botswana did from their own set piece was utterly extraordinary.
Exceptionally brilliant free kick from Botswana.
This time some exceptional defence from Muhodzi. She might be working with us one day. She's got a diploma in film production.
Wow,
She's actually doing a degree at the moment, is Veronica Muhodzi.
That's really impressive.
At Limpopo University in Gaborone. Suja, meanwhile, Sportswoman of the Year at the 2022 Botswana Women's Awards. The green lasers from the crowd seem to have made their way to the venue and are to spoil it for the Botswana players, most notably the goalkeeper, Suja. Shabak stands over this set piece. Quality delivery is the order of the day. This is another quality delivery here, and it's not very far away from being a Moroccan second. They're appealing for another corner here.
That was a good delivery again. That was a good delivery.
Indeed.
Yeah, I think it should be corner.
It looks like Muchawe got the final touch on that.
Yeah, she did. But she got away with it. That's what defenders want. They want to get away with stuff.
This is from the inner workings of a professional player.
Yeah.
We appreciate the insights. Lovely run being made here by Kabutanda. Hafidorfe waiting for the ball back, and in the end looks to go around. And then Natal Hajj, who steered this ball away.
Another good run from Tanda. She's a defensive midfielder that is creating support for the attackers.
Yeah, but she can score. She can score. She was top goal scorer just a season ago for the side as they finished second. She was the player of the season in the 2020-2021 season.
I think if they want to score this Moroccan team, they need more body, which is actually supporting the attackers. It's good what Tanda is actually doing right now.
Munzo is feeding the ball into the path of Anas Chane. Out wide where Bunang Wutlakile doesn't get a clean touch. Here is the captain who returns from injury to start today's tie. Somebody who passed a late fitness test to be in the lineup. This is a decent looking delivery into the path of Tulagile here, but the keeper has come out. It's good timing from the goalkeeper. And Tulagile unable to run onto this ball. Are a superb counter-attacking team, and they can frustrate top teams as well.
Yeah, they just did something really impressive right now. When they were attacking, they had just one defensive midfielder. Tanda went up, and then they have more body up there. So they are not even scared right now because they started with two defensive midfielders. Now they're using two up front. I think they're taking it to the Moroccan team right now.
Well, confidence is high.
That's what you do when you have confidence.
Yeah. I do want to ask you though, Morocco have had 2 additional days to recover. They completed Group A 5 days ago. Botswana completed Group C 3 days ago. Do you reckon that's going to come into the equation sometime? As this ball is played a little too strong for Tanda to run out to the end of.
You know, sometimes these things actually give each team like different upper hand. But it actually depends on the player's mindset and then the mentality. Because when you prepare for this kind of competition, you know that sometimes you have 3 days off, sometimes you have 2 days off. It's all about the recovery training and how the physio, how everyone is prepared and ready to go.
Fair enough. Beridwani looking back to come back and win possession for Morocco, but the ball on the far side is being controlled by Radia Canio, 23-year-old 19-year-old. Well, the stands have been lit up by the cell phones that have been brought in by the partisan Moroccan support. I can tell you, and there is a song of encouragement that is being sung for the Atlas Lionesses. But for Botswana, it's about playing their game, focusing on what they do. And up against this opposition, and up against a fan base that is certainly supporting one team over the other. Look at the light, the jumping, the celebration. It is a cacophony of colour in the crowd. Morocco are being supported the entire way. There's Shebak, ball out wide. There's no offside concern here. Redouane going on the overlap again. Delivery to come. It's a decent-looking delivery by Redouane, and that is going to be out for the corner.
Talking about the supporters, this is what we want to see with women football. Everyone coming out to support women football, empowering our game.
Botswana under a little pressure here. Looks like Simuchawe might have hurt herself trying to clear Redouane's cross acrobatically. Redouane was the woman of the match in the 3-1 win over Uganda. She was utterly superb, but she was playing as a right back, now playing as a left back today. She's perfectly comfortable in either position.
This is a good thing about these players.
We'll get back to that in a moment. The concern here for Botswana is they've already seen a player break their arm at this tournament. This is a concern for the medical staff, concern for the player, concern for the team. Renald Bedros, meanwhile, is watching on. But Simuchawe is being taken off by the medical staff. Kulibaune Silibatso fractured her arm against Nigeria. She's had successful surgery and she's actually sitting in the stands, I can tell you. The play to get back underway from a Moroccan set piece. 20 minutes in, Morocco 1, Botswana 1. Dugnold will feed. Islan Shebak and Tebe. It's being spoken to. Dugnold will feed. It's come to the near post and it's cleared away by the captain. Short from the next corner, and Shebak has seen her efforts well wide of targets. Her attempt to feed the ball in. Renald Bedros, meanwhile, would have been absolutely delighted with the start his side had, but not managed to build on it. Inside 7 minutes, we saw 2 goals, and that's the way it remains through 22 minutes. Tachile. Good news for Botswana is Joe is back on the pitch, showing no signs of discomfort at the moment. Rabbit. Seen almost no ball go the way of Rosella Ayane.
No.
They're starving the star striker of supply.
You can see they have 2 players on her, so where is she going to go?
Ball out to Dugnold, though, whose delivery can count. She and Redouane are the 2 who combine. Redouane's ball in here could prove dangerous. Takes a deflection, out for the corner it goes. Seged getting into a dangerous position from which to shoot. Goes out for the corner. And the flag had been raised. Offside call. Botswana need to build from the back.
It's really impressive to see the Botswana team. They're recovering when they're defending. They try to attack Morocco, and when they lose ball possession, it becomes 5-for-1. That's really impressive from this team. The energy, the strength, the determination. You can see it on these girls that they are really going for this ticket.
It seems we have a little issue with the communication aid that is being used by the referee. The crowd absolutely sprung to life with this early set piece. Beautiful delivery from Doug Daoud and an even better finish from Suri. Just enough of a deflection, and then this. An absolute collector's item for Etumezi Didebe.
Yeah, the goalkeeper wasn't impressed there.
No. You aren't impressed when you beat the near post, but
no.
What a sensational set piece from Didebe.
That was a clinical free kick right there.
Well, she has scored Botswana's historic first goal at a Women's Africa Cup of Nations tournament, and she now has their most recent goal at a Women's Africa Cup of Nations tournament. But the Moroccan fans, delighted to be here, are hoping to witness history. They are encouraging Morocco to advance to the semi-finals and book with it a ticket to the FIFA Women's World Cup. But even a loss doesn't mean you can no longer qualify for the FIFA Women's World Cup. Of course, the situation is such that 2 beaten quarter-finalists will qualify for the Intercontinental Playoffs. There will be a repechage round, and that Intercontinental Playoff in Auckland and Hamilton in New Zealand early next year will decide the final 3 qualification places for the 2023 World Cup.
I think that will be another privilege for African team to go out there and showcase what they can do, and hopefully pick the World Cup ticket from there. So that will be good for our continent also.
It's going to be a bit of a challenge. A couple of places available for the various confederations. One available for the likes of Europe. There is Silibato, you saw for just a moment, her arm in a strap. She is recovered from surgery and was visited by the Nigerians as well, who came to pay their respects and see that she was doing well following the fracture to her arm.
I think that was a decent thing from the Falcons to do.
Yeah, you love the sporting gestures.
Yeah, it's a really, really phenomenal thing for them to go out there and show their support for this young, talented player. Unfortunately, she broke her arm, but it's good that they went to visit her.
Well, the crowd is coming to life. They are singing, dancing, chanting. Cell phone lights might not be on at the moment, but they are trying to build an atmosphere that Morocco will be able to get behind. The first ever international for Morocco was actually against the Southern African side. It was played in Pretoria in South Africa. They played to a 1-1 draw with South Africa in July of 1998. Nearly 25 years later, they stand on the brink of making their way to their first FIFA Women's World Cup. There is the captain, leading by example. Isla Shabak. There is the goal scorer, Sanam Sudi, who scored a hat-trick against Nigeria's Rivers Angels in the inaugural CAF Women's Champions League group stages. What more can you say about somebody who scored 2 sensational goals in this tournament, including Botswana's historic first, Etumezi Didebe. Well, there's certain hand signals and many that are enjoying the opportunity to appear on television. Radia Kanyo and Tulagele just having a little conversation. The hold-up in play here is owing to the communication device that the referee is wearing. It seems to have come loose. So the Togolese referee, Vincentia Amidome, is having that replaced. Meanwhile, Moroccan fans continue their partisan support. They are on a 15-match unbeaten run against African opposition. They are eyeing number 16 here.
I think kudos to Morocco Federation and the prince or the king and everything they've put into this competition right here.
The love for Tagnaoud, Fatima Tagnaoud, and that gifted left boot of hers. She dedicated her Player of the Match award to her family. They are in the stands. Now the issue here, Rachel, is if players play does not get back underway very quickly, players are going to need to limber up again, and they're trying to keep themselves limber by jumping about on the spot. It looks like the communication device is back and working. And
yeah, because you know the body is warm already, so they don't want to get cold and then start trying to warm up again. It's not good for players.
They certainly don't want to be in that situation.
No.
Already Nakash with a rare touch of the ball as she headed it forward for Morocco. Here's El Shad. Possession stakes favouring Morocco, but between them only a shot on target each, and those have both ended in the back of the net.
Not surprised at all, because both teams they have what it takes to score each other, and you can see the way they're playing right now. Nobody wants to give away the midfield.
So you call the match is going to be won or lost. Battle here with Khafetoukhe. Very versatile player is Khafetoukhe. The diminutive figure of Radia Canyo looks to loft the ball into the path of Dulakele, who sees a little space for Tanda pushing forward. And a hopeful looking attempt from a long way out by the versatile Khafetoukhe is ultimately unsuccessful. This is the 30th minute of this quarter-final tie. It is the Total Energies Women's Africa Cup of Nations quarter-final between Morocco and Botswana. The Atlas Lionesses against the Mares. Ayane with a little touch, looks to pick up Tagnaoud. Nakash with a touch, back towards Tagnaoud is the ball from Shibak. Tagnaoud goes down, the free kick has gone the way of Morocco. And that'll be a handy position for Shibak to be standing over a set piece. Late from the Botswana defender, Veronica Mugudzi, who's first to apologise to her opponent and help her to her feet.
I have this feeling that maybe Tegno might take this free kick. That's a favourite foot right there.
Tagnaoud will curl the ball away from the goalkeeper. Shibak will curl the ball in towards the goalkeeper. There is the goalkeeper, Bosija.
I think if you want to beat Bosija, you have to drop the ball in between her and the defenders for them to fight for the ball, like who's going for the ball, just like what they did with the first goal they scored.
So Mugudzi would have been cautioned for a challenge that has conceded a set piece in this position for Morocco. Tagnaoud to the left, Shibak to the right. Who will feed? Botswana's defence has been set. Shibak, ever watchful, looks to deliver, and Bosija was lining that up, but Soudi got there first, looped the ball up into the air. It's come back to the Moroccan captain, Shibak, looking to get away from two, and she is dispossessed, but the referee says foul.
Yeah, I think it was a foul right there.
Dulakele just getting a little too eager to win back possession. This is the set piece a moment ago. Another well taken and dangerous looking set piece that didn't really allow the keeper to come.
Not at all. Like I said earlier on, the Moroccan team, they've actually studied this team. The way they played the set piece today is different from what they've been doing.
So again, Tagnaoud and Shibak standing over this ball.
Shibak looks really, really dangerous when it comes to set piece.
Oh, she's superb, yeah.
Yeah, she's not the kind of player I want to see in front of the ball when I'm in goal.
Leading goal scorer in the tournament's best player in the group stages, according to the technical study group. Here she is. Shibak again, low, flat, steered away initially by the Botswana defence. And out for the corner it goes. So another set piece. Khafetoukhe this time with the clearance. Taken short by Morocco. Shibak doesn't get the chance, and it's out for the corner again. So Morocco are mixing it up. They're not just laying in the Shibak deliveries from the set pieces.
Yeah, it's good to see that they're trying different variation right now to score goals.
Another crisp delivery here towards El Shad, but she's unable to direct that goal bound in Botswana. Come away with the ball and showing confidence. They're looking to run the ball out of their danger area. The Mares of Botswana.
The Botswana team, they're not scared of anyone. It doesn't matter if you have all the supporters behind you. They just want to play football and have fun.
Well, you've just played Nigeria and South Africa in your group stages. If you can play those two sides on the continent, you're surely not afraid of anybody. As the ball strikes the referee, it'll be a drop ball to restart.
When you play against South Africa and Nigeria, and then you see Morocco in front of you, why should you be afraid of them if you weren't afraid of South Africa?
South Africa are regular opponents for Botswana.
I know.
Who infamously eliminated South Africa from the Olympic qualifiers this past campaign. That is the woman who oversaw the qualifying campaign. One of only 3 female coaches at this tournament is Coach Fukusa. There's Msudi again. Back to Nakash. We haven't seen the superb defence-splitting passes coming from Nakash so far this game. She's also been put under pressure in midfield.
Do you know why? Because this game is everything. It's not like the group stages, you know what I mean? Like, any little mistake you make, you are out. When you want to win this cup, you have to be careful every move you make and every decision you are taking.
Botswana, ball up towards Tanda, not brought under control. Ball out for a Morocco throw. Del Hajj will take. 10 minutes to go to half-time. 1-1 it remains here in Rabat. The Atlas Lionesses trying from a long way out, courtesy of Sabah Sergir, but they're not going to beat Bosija from that sort of range. Not with a strike.
No, Bosija is too good for this strike.
Not at the goalkeeper from this sort of distance.
And she's always in presence, she's always there, she's always thinking of her teammate and everything. So, if you want to score, you have to go through our defenders.
Game on the up for Botswana. Morocco, though, have showed their passing game can be on point. Radia Kanyo on the far side, up against Shabak. That'll be a free kick to Botswana. There's Radia Kanyo. Scored in that 4-2 win over Burundi to start the group stages. She was top scorer in qualifying. This is the effort from Sabah Sergir, the Italian-based midfielder a short while ago. Playing for Sampdoria now, been at the club since last year. The delivery in here is comfortable. Comfortable for the goalkeeper.
Yeah, it looks really straight and direct, so she has to be comfortable right there.
I can tell you that there is a Mexican wave making its way around the venue here in Rabat as well. Focus very much on the pitch and what is happening before the crowd who are enlivening themselves. Lovely run into that danger area by Msudi, but is unable to complete the pass to any of the 3 attacking players who were waiting for the cutback. Here's to Tebe, cut out by Sergir, and now Elodie Nakash going back to Rabat. And Morocco have the chance to recycle possession. Elshad, now wide, Ridwani. Stun that ball into the path of Dagnaoud, and she's done that. Tlachile with the clearance. Somebody who's won multiple league titles in Botswana over the last 15+ years, including the 2022 ECCB Women's Championships, the Women's Cup for the club side double action. Danger looking ball here for Morocco. Ayane goes down. Play on, says the referee. Here's Tulakele for Botswana. Tanda making a run, but the defence will comfortably deal with this in the form of Redouane. Ball goes in favour of Tulakele.
The way Morocco, they're trying to look for this the wide position by the side, the wing, is it's really, really impressive. But the way the Botswana, the way the defenders, the way they set up, when they try to square play that way, I think they have to come out a little bit. Otherwise, the setup is going to be difficult for Morocco to break.
Ball into the 18-yard area by Muchawe. Not able to keep the ball in play, though, are Botswana, despite the attention of two players. Radiakanyo, the last of which was unable to keep the ball in play. And Morocco can get play back underway. In the fans. They are playing their part. Just see the Mexican wave go around the venue for a little bit. A wave that did not originate in Mexico. It was made famous by the 1986 Mexico World Cup. That was 5 years before the Women's World Cup started in 1991. Nakash asking Redouane to make a charging run upfield, and Redouane has done exactly that. She gets away from one. That is play on, says the referee. An advantage here as Nakash, Shabak rather, picked up in possession. Just been spoken to by the referee. Though, with the clearance for Botswana. 5 minutes to go to half-time. 1-1 it remains. Goals came early in the half. Might we see goals late in the half as well?
You can see the way Ayana is making runs. You know, she's good at making runs to break the defense line. But the Botswana defenders, they're just cutting everything off because they've seen her play. They know the way she make runs. So now they have to figure out something else, how to break this defense line.
Joe. This is a side with pace. They are incredibly dangerous on the counter-attack. Do not underestimate Botswana. You do so at your peril. And they've proved that with their performance in the opening few minutes of the tie, the way they struck back immediately after conceding. And not only did they eliminate South Africa from the Olympic Games qualifying in the second round of Tokyo 2020 qualifying, but they eliminated Zimbabwe from the Women's Africa Cup of Nations qualifying when they weren't expected to do so. And there has been such steady progression in Botswana, it must be noted. 2019 they made the semi-finals of the COSAFA Cup for the first time, a regional tournament in southern Africa. 2020 they made the final for the first time where they beat Zambia, causing an upset on the way. Now they qualified for the Women's Africa Cup of Nations, and at their first attempt they made it into the quarterfinals.
And then they might get a ticket to the Women's World Cup.
There is a natural progression, it seems. There's still plenty of football to be played. Morocco are not to be underestimated either. We've got a wily coach in Renaud Pedros who's guided Lyon so spectacularly in years gone by as a header comes in from Seguir again, who's just pushing forward through that centre of the pitch, getting herself into attacking positions here, but the delivery again from Dagnoud on point.
The delivery for Morocco team has been spot on this first half compared to what we've been seeing. So they've actually done their homework, and you can tell it's showing on the pitch right now.
Seguir, French-born but Italian-based. Nakash just leaving that behind from Rabet, and El Shad being brought into play. And yes, I mean, going back to the point of Renaud Pedros, he guided Lyon in France to their 12th and 13th French league titles, and he guided them to their 3rd and 4th UEFA Women's Champions League titles as well.
Yeah,
He's somebody with a great deal of experience and has looked to change Moroccan women's football, and he certainly seems to have done so, as don't know if feeds again.
You can tell his handwritten note on all the players, the way they're moving, mostly the players in front, and then the way they're delivering the ball. You can tell he's doing a lot of great job with this team.
Lovely delivery here, and that is not far away from being an absolute hurler of a finish. Rosella Ayane, a snapshot that had flair and flamboyance about it. Look at this delivery from Eid El Haj, and then the attempted finish, my word.
What a strike. What a strike right there. Ayane, she's one of the prolific striker in this tournament, but things are not actually going the way she really wants right now.
They haven't clicked yet.
If you ask me, I think she should be like 6 goals up right now, but she has just a goal in this tournament.
I think you're right. I mean, when they beat Burkina Faso by 1-0, she could have had a hat-trick. She could have scored at least another 2 against Uganda, when she did score against Uganda in the 3-1 win. And against Senegal, she had chances too. Delivery in here, Rosella Ayane, header straight into the defender ahead of her. It looked to be Muchawe who got her body in the way. And Rosella Ayane, she's been kept quiet for the vast majority of this opening half, but in the closing minutes, she has just sprung to life with a couple of touches that seem to indicate that she is both dangerous and hungry to score.
Oh, she's a dangerous striker. She does everything on the pitch. Her movement off the ball, on the ball, opening to space, the wide position, everything has been perfect. You hardly see her go on offside or offside position, stuff like that. She's one of the best strikers in this tournament.
Morocco in possession down the near side. Sanam Soudi looking to get this ball forward as we hit the 45-minute mark. I can tell you 5 minutes of time has been added. So 5 minutes for one of these two sides to give themselves an advantage to take into half-time. Shebak up against the opposing captain, Utlakhile. Redouani. Sigir has gone forward again. It's just bounced around, a little pinball between the Botswana defenders and eventually hacked away. Eid El Haj.
I think Morocco have to do more now. When you have 10 players behind the ball, it's really dangerous for you to, like, it's difficult for you to find that space behind the defenders or behind the midfielders.
She loves a tactical battle, does Khaoulet Koutlisan. Historic quarter-final place for Botswana in their maiden appearance at a Women's Africa Cup of Nations tournament. And they're playing in a match that could secure them a place in the FIFA Women's World Cup next year. They are looking to punch above their weight, and they are prepared by facing 2 fearsome tournament foes. And they're looking to take that experience now and use it against Morocco. Is there a counter on here for Botswana? Khofidouche. It's a little too far behind Muchawe. They've lost the opportunity. They're a hard-running team, though, and that'll take its toll on both sets of players, if indeed this is the tempo that we are to expect for the full 90 minutes.
You can tell what happened between Zambia.
Well, yes, referring to the first quarter-final.
Yeah.
Match that went to extra time, 120 minutes was played. Legs started to get rather tired in Casablanca, and then a penalty shootout ensued. And, Zambia secured their historic first ever place at a FIFA Women's World Cup.
I'm not surprised. Before this team came to this competition, that was the coach strategy. They've tested the Olympics. They want to go to the World Cup, and now they're there. They've gotten their ticket. Now they're looking to win the cup. With the Zambia team, anything is possible. Do not underrate them.
Anything is possible with Botswana at the moment as well. It looks like there has been a little success for Kosafa. Bear in mind, South Africa is also into the quarterfinals. They take on Tunisia for a place in the World Cup and indeed in the semi-finals. And then the other is one that you will have a personal interest in, is Cameroon and Nigeria go head-to-head.
Oh, that would be an interesting game tomorrow. I promise you that. You have 2 giants of Africa. They are going to collide tomorrow. So
2 sides that are regular qualifiers for the FIFA Women's World Cup.
Yes.
We're seeing some fresh faces though qualifying for the next edition from Africa. 2 minutes of added time to go in this opening half, largely because of the equipment failure it was from the referee, not because of any player injuries or concerns genuinely. Well, there was a little concern for a couple of players for brief moments. There's Mrabet. This Moroccan side upset Cameroon at the Aisha Buhari Cup last year. Part of their incredible run against African teams. It sees them line up 15 in a row, unbeaten. Radicano on the far side. Shabak has it back, combining with Redouani. Just a superb fullback is Redouani. Rachel, just looking at the overall opening half though, Shabak looks to combine with Tagnaout on the far side before it looked like she was fouled. What have you made of the opening 45 minutes in this time?
You remember when we started, I told you like both teams are ready. They showed up and they are ready to roll. Both teams want to win, and you can tell by the way they played in this first half. They are in for it. From the midfield to the attack, the defenders, the goalkeepers, everyone is going after each other. And after the free kick you see in the first minute, both teams are sizing each other out, and no one is letting out like the space and the width, the position. So I can't call this one, but I win the best team to win right now.
The best team to win. It's a fair enough call. This is certainly a match in which Morocco were expected to dominate, but Botswana punched above their weight stupendously. Their equaliser was superb, and they have frustrated that man and his side. That is half-time here at the Prince Moulay Abdullah Stadium in Rabat. It is Morocco 1, Botswana 1. As the sides head to the change room, Botswana are a side that were expected to be the underdogs and expected to be put to the sword, but my word, they have played stupendously. Keita Ditebe's equaliser, absolutely sensational after Sanam Souri's superb opener. What a game, 1-1 at the break.
I'm truly honored and grateful for the opportunity, and knowing that the girls that are in this squad, they are so competitive, and we all have a different style of play.
We're trying to show the women out there that we're fearless, you know. We're not scared. We can see that there's a lot going on in our country right now. We're trying to bring a lot of hope back, and I think that's why it's becoming a bit more personal for our South Africans. If we win this, we're trying to bring the country together, to unite the country.
Hopefully we can get that elusive medal and take that monkey off our back, but it's going to be a tough tournament and we have to be ready for every eventuality. But what you can get from Banyana is that effort. What you can get from Banyana is that commitment. What you can get from Banyana is playing until the final whistle, and hopefully we'll get that positive result.
Striving to do the best for the country, and obviously if you do the best, then you're encouraging that young one that's coming up. So the talk is positive mindset, winning each and every game that we are going to play, so that we stand a high chance of qualifying and also winning the trophy.
Mense sê nou nog nie weet nie, né? Jy kyk Fundies!
As jy oor 'n wye algemene kennis beskik, is Fundies net die program vir jou. Daar is baie kontant op die spel. Om 'n audisie af te lê, stuur 'n e-pos aan sabcfundies@gmail.com. Dis sabcfundies@gmail.com. Jy hoef nie net 'n leenstoel fundie vir die TV te wees nie. Kom wys gerus jou slag in die ateljee.
Rabat. They feel they are adequately prepared now to take on a Moroccan side who've got 3 wins from 3. This Total Energies Women's Africa Cup of Nations quarter-final is underway. It is Morocco against Botswana. It is the home side who turn out in the red with green up against the Botswana side that turn out in the blue with white and black trim, the colours of the Botswana flag. As the Moroccans look to maintain possession in the early stages by knocking the ball about. But this is a quarter-final tie. 2 sides separated by 75 places in the latest world ranking, with Morocco at 77th and Botswana at 152nd, with 2 sides that are playing for a place in the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup. Delighted to welcome alongside me for this evening's tie the former Super Falcons goalkeeper, a winner of this tournament in years gone by, the great Rachel Ayekba. And Rachel, this is a match on paper in which several historic milestones can be achieved for both these teams who've already created history. Free kick going the way of Morocco early on, but what's your initial take on this tie?
I think both teams are really going for it. I think both teams really want this ticket for the Women's World Cup. You can see the Moroccan team, they have like a good support. The supporters are here to roll them to victory.
Kile, the star attacker, was in the centre there, but one has moved off. Tagnaoud, who's to flick it in, it's a flick in! We're not yet 3 minutes into the tie, and Rabat erupts as the home side go in front. The Atlas Lioness is in the early stages. They smell victory now. And we're yet 3 minutes into the tie. Sanam Soudi with the opening goal in this tie, as Morocco aim to clinch a place at the FIFA Women's World Cup.
Yeah, what a good delivery there. And that was the first good touch from the Morocco attacker. That was a good one. That was a good one. The free kick, the delivery in between the goalkeeper and the defender. There is nothing the goalkeeper can do there. She has no chance.
Very little the keeper can do. Reynald Pedros, the 50-year-old former French international midfielder, known for his passing prowess.
She was always also a left footer from the left. She plays the midfield from the left-hand side, so she knows her trade.
Now Botswana from a set piece of their own, and they find the goal back that they so dearly desire. Bulagele runs over it. Ditema will hit it, and it's straight towards the goal. And Botswana are back on level terms. Inside 7 minutes, we've seen 2 goals, and they have been superb set pieces. Morocco scored early, but Botswana have hit back immediately. It is a lightning start, and while the Atlas Lioness has roared, well, the Mares have responded with a kick of their own. Morocco have only conceded 1 goal in this tournament so far coming into this tie. It came from a set piece on that side of the park. Yet again, to a left-footed set-piece taker, they have conceded. Ermici beaten in the air. Ditebe scores her 2nd of this tournament, and Botswana thank her. Shabak stands over this set piece. Quality delivery is the order of the day. This is another quality delivery here, and it's not very far away from being a Moroccan 2nd. They're appealing for another corner here.
That was a good delivery again.
10 minutes to go to half-time. 1-1 it remains here in Rabat. The Atlas Lionesses trying from a long way out, courtesy of Sabah Sergir, but they're not going to beat Busija from that sort of range. Not with a strike.
No, Busija is too good for this strike.
Not at the goalkeeper from this sort of distance. Ayane with a little touch looks to pick up Tagnaoud. Nakash with a touch back towards Tagnaoud as the ball from Shabak. Tagnaoud goes down. The free kick has gone the way of Morocco, and that'll be a handy position for Shabak to be standing over a set piece. Late from the Botswana defender, Veronica Mokgotsi, who's first to apologise to her opponent and help her to her feet.
I have this feeling that maybe Tekno might take this free kick. That's a favourite foot right there.
Tekno will curl the ball away from the goalkeeper. Shebak will curl the ball in towards the goalkeeper. There is the goalkeeper, Bosija.
I think if you want to beat Bosija, you have to drop the ball in between her and the defenders for them to fight for the ball, like who is going for the ball, just like what they did with the first goal they scored.
So Mokgotsi, having been cautioned for a challenge that has conceded a set piece in this position for Morocco. Tekno to the left, Shebak to the right. Who will feed? Botswana's defence has been set. Shebak, ever watchful, looks to deliver, and Bosija was lining that up, but Msoudi got there first, looped the ball up into the air. It's come back to the Moroccan captain, Shebak, looking to get away from two, and she is dispossessed, but the referee says foul.
Yeah, I think it was a foul right there.
Gulagilib just getting a little too eager to win back possession. But this is the set piece a moment ago. Another well taken and dangerous looking set piece.
You can tell it's a handwritten note on all the players, the way they're moving, mostly the players in front, and then the way they're delivering the ball. You can tell he's doing a lot of great job with this team.
Lovely delivery here, and that is not far away from being an absolute perler of a finish. Rosella Ayane, a snapshot that had flair and flamboyance about it. Look at this delivery from Eid El Haj, and then the attempted finish, my word.
What a strike. What a strike right there. Ayane, she's one of the prolific striker in this tournament, but things are not actually going the way she really wants right now.
They haven't clicked yet.
If you ask me, I think she should be like 6 goals up right now, but she has just a goal in this tournament.
I think you're right. I mean, when they beat Burkina Faso by a goal to nil, she could have had a hat-trick. She could have scored at least another 2 against Uganda, when she did score against Uganda in the 3-1 win. And against Senegal, she had chances too. Delivery in here, Rosella Ayane, header straight into the defender ahead of her. It looked to be Muchawe who got her body in the way. This is certainly a match in which Morocco were expected to dominate, but Botswana have punched above their weight stupendously. Their equaliser was superb, and they have frustrated that man and his side. That is half-time here at the Prince Moulay Abdullah Stadium in Rabat. It is Morocco 1, Botswana 1. As the sides head to the change room, Botswana are a side that were expected to be the underdogs and expected to be put to the sword, but my word, they have played stupendously. Keita Motsepe's equaliser, absolutely sensational after Sanam Msoudi's superb opener. What a game, 1-1 at the break.
Risk everything, fear nothing, no regrets. Play hard or don't play at all and rise to the top. Catch the finest of local talent in the Heritage Rugby, Saturdays at 3 p.m. live on SABC Sport on DTT Channel 4, OpenView 124, and also available on Telkom 1.
Northwest, you've asked for it and we've heard you.
The cast of Seven Land can't wait to meet their bands in person in Rustenburg.
We will be at Waterfall Mall in Rustenburg on Saturday the 30th of July from 12 p.m. to 2:30 p.m.
And there's going to be lots of entertainment and prizes up for grabs. See you there!
So the Atlas Lionesses and the Mares set to resume their battle. It is 1-1 at the break between these two sides. Morocco and Botswana. Togolese referee preparing to restart action. Toragele watches on. One of the players almost wanting to get on the score sheet tonight. She looked hungry in the closing minutes of the opening half. The second half gets underway. It is Botswana who restart this game. Morocco and Botswana, 1-1 at the break, courtesy of Sanam Soudi's early goal, and then Ketumetse Titebe, Ben 10, as she's known to many. A superb equaliser. A sumptuous set piece. While both goalkeepers have been beaten in this tie, neither will be wanting to concede any further goals. But one must win, one team must book a ticket to the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup. One side must advance to the semi-finals of this tournament. Ravet feeding to El Shad. So no changes for either one of these sides at half-time. Rachel Ekba, this former Super Falcons goalkeeper, sits alongside me. Rachel, this is a tie that was a genuine battle between these two nations for the bulk of the opening half, and neither coach has gone with a replacement at the break. A, does that surprise you? And B, what are you expecting from the second half?
No, it doesn't actually surprise me, because these coaches, they actually chose the best player to start the game. Except if there's any injury, that's when you are going to see any change, or the players are not playing to their instruction. But from the look of things, the players are doing everything they can. It's just that they're not finding the space behind each other right now. So nobody wants to lose. Nobody wants to just give that space out right now. You can tell the game is really tight.
Nobody wants to lose, yes. Often quoted in football, but certainly very much the case here. El Shad plays a little 1-2 with Khadija El Mrichi, 32-year-old goalkeeper now, who's been part of the national setup for a dozen years, and has been her club Asfar, or Royal Armed Forces, now for a decade. Is El Shad. A big tea drinker, like you. She's not a fan of coffee, El Shad.
Yeah, you have to watch what you take if you want to prolong like the likes of Onomebi. So you just have to be careful your intake.
Referencing the oldest player at the tournament, Nigerian captain Onomebi. Ball to the Botswana captain Bonang Mutlakhile. She's 35 and still going strong.
The tempo that we've seen this first 3 minutes, you can tell both teams are trying to take it easy right now. Nobody's trying to force any play. They're just looking for the opening right now. So anybody that decides to open any space, this team, they're going to take the advantage.
Well, yes, exploiting space. Not much space being gifted to anyone at the moment. Back with Usija. Tsonto to Beni. Morocco aiming to become the first North African team to qualify for a FIFA Women's World Cup. They are already the first North African country to host a Women's Africa Cup of Nations. Doug Naud, put under a little pressure by Mukhoti, who was cautioned in the opening half. Wide, here is Soudi. Soudi still going, gets the shot away here. Busija, more than simply equal to the task. A top draw, pluck out of the air from Busija.
Busija. What a save. There was a little bit deflection right now, but she handled the ball as if, look at that, look at that, look at that reflexes, look at that reaction from Busija. This is lovely.
Well, deflections so often cause nightmares for goalkeepers, but Busija, alive to the challenge and a top draw pluck out of the air.
She actually handled the deflection as if it was nothing.
There's a former goalkeeper talking about the goalkeeper.
Yes.
Big smile on your face.
Yes, I'm actually smiling because our reflexes are like unbelievable.
When goalkeepers do anything, I see you light up alongside me, yes. This ball is steered away from the Botswana midfield. It's a free ball that's landed in the middle of nowhere, really speaking, and now a challenge on to see who claims it. Tanda. Ball forward, it's too far ahead of Nadia Kanyo. Botswana side are a defensively disciplined team who can really frustrate more illustrious opponents.
Oh, they can frustrate anyone.
Concern here is that Debe seems to be the player who's down. Contact with the arm of Aid El Hajj. Well, certain matches have had fans lacking number, but no matter the venue, there's no lack of enthusiasm amongst the fans. And the support base for Morocco is both massive and encouraging for the home side. They are the hosts. They are hoping. They carry the hopes and expectations of this nation on their shoulders, do the 11 players on the pitch. Led by Ghislaine Shabak. Play to get back underway from a drop ball.
When you have the likes of one of the most talented coaches in the world when it comes to women football, Coach Bernard Pedros, they have this expectation over 2 years ago what they wanted. So I'm not surprised by the way the Moroccan team are playing right now.
Morocco, side that are led by Pedros, who's done remarkable things in women's football. As the ball comes through, Moussi just dropped one. Well, it was a fairly simple catch for the goalkeeper. Saba Segir just getting into a dangerous position.
You want to know one secret about goalkeepers? When they see simple balls like this, they just overlook it and they're just thinking of who to pass the ball to. So this kind of ball actually beat them sometimes. So people, like, you see, when people are watching, they're like, oh, why would this goalkeeper concede this kind of goal? It's just because the weight, they can sense the weight of the ball that is nothing, and then they just overlook it, and then it causes damage, like what's almost happened to Bosija right now.
The weight of the ball is one thing, but it's the weight of expectation on the shoulders of goalkeepers as well.
Oh.
One mistake from a goalkeeper, and that could be the
disaster.
The end for a team. A defender can run over a ball, a striker can miss the targets, but a goalkeeper drops the ball and it could be the end of the tournament right there.
I see the position as an exceptional position to be in, because you are actually going to save the day, just like what happened to Zambia today. The goalkeeper, she took the last shot and then she scored. That's everything right there, Nali.
Reference to Hazel Nali successfully converting the final penalty attempt that saw Zambia advance over Senegal. This is the earlier attempt, Saba Segir, and then Musija, uncharacteristically, just dropping a ball. She's a quality goalkeeper who's signed by Mamelodi Sundowns, who are the inaugural CAF Women's Champions League winners. She was scouted by Jerry Chabalala, the coach.
You can tell she made a difficult save.
Kolfedurge here picking up a yellow card, so the second Botswana player to be cautioned, and that is a fair call from the referee.
Yeah, that was a fair call from the referee.
That's a little too enthusiastic in trying to win the ball back. She's played in Zambia as well at Lusaka Dynamos. A handful of Botswana players who do play their professional football in Zambia. Now wide, Mrabit, central defender, is making a charging run upfield and has secured a sensational pass and a shot that is From the goalkeeper's body language, you could see the entire way that ball was going wide, but a sensational turn and shoot from Saba Segir. Look at the control.
The movement, the control. Again, that was a good one from her, but unfortunately she didn't hit the target. But if she did though, the goalkeeper would be like thinking like, how did she do that? Because these are the kind of balls that's like really difficult for the goalkeepers to make save from.
Yep, it can be. Tuck themselves into the back of the net beyond the goalkeepers. This Botswana side will no doubt have been studying all of Morocco's matches as well. Shabak, the video analyst Kenneth Dambe, who's no relation to Kabelo Dambe, the former Botswana international goalkeeper. Already won a host of honours with South African teams as well. He had spells under Stuart Baxter and Gavin Hunt. Supersport United most notably. Segir.
You see the way Morocco, they set up right now. They try to open more space, wide position, to open the defense. But I don't think the Botswana, I don't think they're going to have that. They have 5 defenders right now at the back of the ball.
They do. 10 minutes into the second half. No further score. Don't know could change that here though with a delivery that looked crisp again, but a little too heavy and over the head of the onrushing Sudi. Dugnoud, delightful, inviting ball that she was able to run onto and then herself try to deliver something of that quality.
I was talking about the wide position earlier on, and then they got the space behind the defender. At the first half, the way she was delivering the ball was exceptional, but now, I don't know if the legs are getting tired now.
Well, possibly. As this match progresses, El Shad getting her head in the way. She's aerially superb. This time with the outside of the boots, and then Aid El Hajj unable to keep that ball in play. There's Aid El Hajj. Throw-in goes the way of Botswana. Tulakele. Shabak. Segir, who's playing a far more advanced role. Rosella Ayane now. Segir's going central. Dugnoud waiting at the back post. Rosella Ayane can make and score goals on her own. This time she's been heavily marked by the Botswana captain, but that is going to be a free kick. The foul conceded by Utlachile.
I expected that the way she forced Ayane backward, just stay on her. That way you don't have to like commit that kind of free kick right there. That was unnecessary. It's uncalled for because this Moroccan player, they're very, very dangerous when it comes to set piece.
Well, back to the set piece we go. Morocco looking to take full advantage of this set piece again. Fatima Dugnoud trying the ball. An expectant crowd.
I think Dugnoud is on the ball again. So hopefully, I think she might drop the ball in between the defender and then the goalkeeper, which might cause a big problem for this Botswana team to undo.
Dugnoud stands over it, the only player over the ball. Dugnoud, she looked to take a big swing at that and ultimately unsuccessful in finding her partner, but Sia is back in front. Again, it's a central defender who is scored. Somebody who's so good aerially in defence, has now tucked the ball into the back of the Botswana net, and Morocco are back in front by a goal. How do Botswana respond now? Dugnoud getting a second chance at a delivery.
Yeah, when you allow the ball to bounce in front of you as a goalkeeper, it's so difficult for you to undo it. she should have blocked the ball, covered the ball, don't allow the ball to bounce in front of you. It's more, becomes a problem when you allow that to happen.
Well, Dugnoud has his second assist. Morocco have their second goal, and it's Mrabet who's got the goal that is currently proving decisive. Yasmin Mrabet. A strike just before the hour mark that could prove decisive in this tie. But you know that they are going to be watching in Botswana. All around the country, they are watching in Morocco. All around Botswana. Television sets will be broadcasting this match. From Maun to Francistown, to Gaborone, to Rapa. Dugnoud again, combining with Redouane. To run onto it here is Rosella Ayane, just shepherding that ball brilliantly toward the goal line is Monso.
You know, you can see the way Redouane, the way she's moving now. She's this kind of player that likes to move forward to support the strikers. First half she didn't do that, but now you can see the way they're much more comfortable with the ball.
As things stand, Morocco are heading to the FIFA Women's World Cup in Australia and New Zealand. As things stand, Morocco are heading to the semi-finals. The winner of this tie, incidentally, faces the winner of the tie between Cameroon and Nigeria, while the loser of this tie goes to the repechage matches, where there's still an opportunity to potentially qualify as one of two African teams that will go to the intercontinental playoffs and have a chance of qualifying for the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup. The final three qualification places will be decided at that intercontinental playoff early next year. Tulakele, Botswana. Large pitch here. They played their group stage matches largely also in Rabat, but at the smaller Mulai Hassan Stadium. In 2016, the BFA, the Botswana Football Association, decided to stop their then Super League and allow leagues to play regionally. And all the leagues are still regional at the moment, but they play to produce champions, and then they play the Champion of Champions Cup effectively. There were 8 regions this past season after COVID, and it is sponsored by a local mining company, DTCB. Coach Goodlisang had a solid crop of players from which to select a national team. She's brought a hungry Botswana to this tournament. Here's Tulakele. Can she add to her 2 tournament goals? It's a disappointing attempt at a cross, and immediately an apologetic hand up to her teammates. She's got a heavily strapped right knee today, which is of mild concern. Looking back at that moment.
That was a poor decision for Botswana, because she has been really exceptional during this competition. I expected her to handle that a little bit more better.
By coming for it, by moving with the ball,
attacking the ball. You have to attack the ball, because when the ball bounces in front of you, you cannot read the ball anymore.
Sudi on the far side. Here come Morocco again. Sudi nearly stepped over her own feet. Sheba! It's on target, it's powerful, but Botswana well positioned this time to deny the Moroccan captain, seeking her 4th goal and seeking a place for her side in the next round. Pedros has made it clear that he wants his team to be looking beyond the FIFA Women's World Cup spot. He wants them to be looking at the Women's Africa Cup of Nations title. Sabir, Segir and Dugnoud combining. Dugnoud uprooted. Mutlaqile had one reckless challenge that was not punished with a caution. This one is going to be.
One good thing about Morocco team is that when they're ahead, they start to play the way the coach expects them to play. I don't know if this is a psychological issue, but when they're playing like draw, they try to reserve the way they try to play. But now you see the way they're coming out, they're playing their real game, what the coach expected them to do.
And they've got so many dangerous players that can come on and play this kind of game. They've got the Iman Saouds, they've got the Ibtisam Zraidis, they've got the Salma Amanis, they've got the Samia Hassanis sitting on the bench. This is the goal that is currently proving decisive. Dagnoud with the assist, Rabet with the finish. And Busija, the knowing nod. Shabak thankful. Rabet utterly delighted. The absolute joy and ecstasy of scoring what might prove to be a winning goal for the central defender.
Another problem with goalkeepers again is like when the attacker uses the edge, you can't decide where the ball is going to. It's difficult for goalkeepers to handle sometimes, and this was really close to the goalkeeper. It's so unfortunate for Busija right there, because she has been really exceptional in this competition.
Another set piece. Morocco are looking to add to their scoreline. 20 minutes have come and gone in the second half. Morocco have found the goal that has seen them in front. Shabak and Dagnoud stand over this again. Surely Shabak to take it. Daughter of Larbi Shabak. That's comfortably dealt with. Shabak heads out towards the corner flag. Khouletsoun Koutlisam. Just a discussion with the technical team. Shabak with the corner kick. Looks to feed. It's a floated ball in that allows the goalkeeper time to come out and claim it. And while it was dropped, the free kick will go the way of Botswana here. Keeper under a little pressure.
Yeah, that was a good, she timed the ball, read the ball very well, but when you have too much players in front of you, there's every tendency that the ball might drop from your hand, but she actually handled it very well.
Botswana, they said they wanted to be stronger and more physical in the match against Morocco, and at times it has been required. As they file their way toward the technical area, Busija down getting treated. All the players have made their way across to their technical area where we'll have a chat with the coaching staff. Take in some water, an opportunity to rehydrate. They are a goal down, and they're very much in a cauldron here. A cauldron created by the Moroccan fans, fervent fans, enthusiastic support for Botswana. Not intimidated in finding the initial equaliser in this game after they went down by a goal again. So far, no response.
Don't count them down.
No. This is not a team that you count down.
No. They can bring some surprises right now. Just give the ball to Tolakele and see what's going to happen.
We're waiting for Tolakele to chip in with something.
Yeah, she's the magician there.
Yeah, she scored 3 goals in qualifying. She scored a brace in that 4-2 win over Burundi. Shabak, Dagnoud. These two combining beautifully so far in the game. Ayane now running through, controls nicely. The Tottenham striker has taken the ball out wide. She can't get a shot away. She's been well marshalled here.
Yep.
Redouane back to Ayane, and now Redouane again. Can she deliver? Looks to go around the outside of Mokhotsi, of Radekanyo rather. Mokhotsi tucked back inside. The free kick has gone the way of Morocco.
You can see Radekanyo, the way she dropped back to help her defender. What else can you ask from a player?
And then the way she dropped her shoulder. Mokhotsi tucked inside and Radekanyo went in for the challenge.
Oh my God.
I spoke about the enthusiastic fans, but that was a very enthusiastic challenge.
Yes. It was.
For these two sides, though, for the coaching staff, this is a life-changing match. Qualifying for a FIFA Women's World Cup could bring the kind of celebration and even livelihood that these players could only dream of before. Now they have a chance to reach out and claim it.
Both teams right now, when you look at the way they are playing, they are good role models for the young generation coming up. They can actually believe that they can do it also. If they can do it, I think they have every opportunity also to make the game progress in the future.
It's just delightful to see that there are role models that are coming out of this tournament. There are new idols for players to look up to.
Yeah, the good part is, like, compared to where we played, there's the social media, you see the content, everything now. So these young girls can actually go back and watch these games and then try to be like Ayane, for example.
Yep.
Try to be like Toknot or Shebak and the rest of them. What about Tolakele also? So these girls, they are looking up to these role models right now. So they can actually believe that one day they're also going to be on TV, live TV for everyone to see in the nation.
There is a chance. Speaking of chances, Morocco from the corner, but they are going to make the change before the corner is taken. Samia Hassani is making her way on. Saba Segi straight away. Saba Segir, Italian-based star, has worked her socks off tonight. She is replaced. Samia Hassani on in her place. Somebody who is Dutch-born, to Moroccan parents, born in Amsterdam. But also somebody who is very much a playmaker and can keep things ticking over for Morocco in midfield. Botswana. They need to find a way through the Moroccan defence. And Morocco have looked more and more confident since finding their goal.
Yes, they have. And the way the system they are playing right now, when they are defending, Botswana have to find the space behind the midfielders and the defenders for them to go through.
Well, the passing game here in Morocco just oozes confidence. And this is the kind of passing game that we didn't see as enthusiastically as we are doing now. Tugnaoud with the delivery in. It's again finding a player, Ayane this time, who's unable to direct her header. Why? What is that? What is that?
That's a good question. That's a good question because, like I said, she is one of the best strikers in this competition, but it's not happening for her right now. She's always at the right place at the right time, good delivery, but
plays for Tottenham in England now, but we forget that just a few years ago she was playing for Chelsea when they won the double. They won the league and the FA Women's Cup as well.
You can tell from her runs that she has this experience of a striker. She's actually doing everything, but it's not happening for her.
Captain Bunang Mutlakhile. Ayane initially tried to pressure the goalkeeper. 17 minutes to play, Morocco leading by 2-1. Botswana, is there a response to come? Rabet. She has hardly been tested in this match. She was beaten by this women's free kick. I can tell you that Botswana are preparing to make a host of substitutions. Lovely run here from Shebak. Passing game, picks out Ayane. She's looking to pick out Ndwane again. Back to Tugnaoud. Morocco looking dangerous here. Lovely interplay between the Moroccan stars. It's deflected away, but only as far as Ayane, who's dropping deep. Shibak, a shot that's powerful, and that is that deflected out? No.
No.
Goal kick, says the referee. Shibak is in disbelief.
That was a good pass and a good position for her to finish it.
Wow.
Yeah, even the goalkeeper wouldn't have answered to that.
That though was clearly a corner kick. I mean, that didn't take a slight deflection, that took a massive deflection. That's it. Players back underway. Rabbits. Botswana are waiting to bring on a triple substitution here. Elshad drawing the referee's ire for a moment. So 75 minutes have come and gone, 15 minutes remain. It is 2-1, Morocco in front. Botswana want to make the substitution now. The fourth official trying to juggle her boards.
Yeah, because you have 3 players.
Yeah, play will get back underway from the free kick to Botswana. And they are bringing on Tutu Ramafifi, or Queen of Goals as she's known. They're bringing on Nundi Mahlasela. And they're bringing on Isalena Falekutle, 3-time league champion despite being only 21. We're going to see the set piece taken in the meantime, though. That was Dugnaud. Sudi. Oh, lovely interplay. Ayane, that touch was near perfect. Dugnaud running onto it beautifully. Dugnaud again sticking her hand up for player of the match. Ayane back to Dugnaud. Can she find a goal here and reward herself in that way? Shabak Sudi gets the shot in here and it hits the woodwork. The offside flag, though, is raised from the assistant referee on the far side, bringing a moment respite to Botswana.
That was an impressive transition play from the Moroccan team right there. Look at the pass. Ayane, of course. She laid the ball really well for Dugnaud. And Shebad. They were thinking, who's going for the ball? Another good strike, but it was offside.
Yeah, offside in the build-up. Assistant referees erring on the side of caution, where they would rather keep the flag down and later have VAR make the decision, but allowing the play to continue. Nakash, lovely ball out wide by Nakash. Hassani running onto it. Ait El Hajj. And free kick will go the way of Botswana.
That was a smart. That was a smart one from. You have to stop the quick play from Botswana, of course, because you know where the ball is going to.
Certainly getting cautioned. Hassani. She's only just made her way on. She's already collected a yellow card now. So we are seeing a triple change here. Tutu Ramafifi is making her way on. Khabutanda is off. Another change. Nundi Mahlasela is on as Lune Khalfutuche leaves the field of play. And then Isalena Falekutle, like Ramafifi, based in the United States, where they are both studying currently. moment. Hearts and mouths for Morocco. Throw in taken a little too quickly. And failing to link up with Tulakele. Most of the photographers who've made their way to Morocco, who've made their way to this quarter-final tie. Second of the quarter-finals. Zambia have already booked their ticket in the semi-finals. Have already booked their tickets to the FIFA Women's World Cup. Morocco are a little over 10 minutes away from doing the same. Shebak Tagnaout keeps it in play. Wonderful speed, wonderful control, and a delivery that looked delightful for Ayane. Just unable to meet it. Passing game. Looks like it may reap rewards for Morocco still. Nakash. Ayane running out wide. Tagnaout is waiting at the back post, and Nakash has gone forward into an attacking position. Ayane holds up play though. Hassani.
The good thing about this Morocco team is that you can see Nakash right now, she's attacking. They can actually switch play in front there.
And look at this last passage of play.
Yeah. They're just interchanging position because they can play from anywhere up front there. Shebak, Tekno and Nakash, they're actually destroying the midfielders right now.
Tagnaout back inside with Shebak. The return ball is good for Tagnaout. She's got Redouani in support. Opts to go back to Shebak. Now Redouani is brought into play. Can deliver with left or right. Inside that 18-yard area. She's gone and ballooned there back into the midfield. Del Haj, fellow defender, will bring it under control. Now Nakash.
You can see Redouani there supporting the strikers, even playing as a left winger again.
Here for Shebak, who can't place the ball on this occasion. Opportunity lost. Frustration released.
You see, the idea was there, but she was trying to avoid the goalkeeper. Who wouldn't want to avoid Bosija? Yeah, the idea was there, but she didn't hit the target.
Furious with herself, Gislan Shebak. Her dad won the Africa Cup of Nations in 1976. She's looking to guide Morocco to their first Women's Africa Cup of Nations title.
It would be nice to have father and daughters winning the Nations Cup.
It's a family tradition, it seems, that might be growing. Radia Kanyo calling for the ball out wide. Botswana looking to just be a little more attacking in the way they're setting up since they brought on Ramafifi, Mahlasela and Khalekutle. Mahlasela is one of the many players who turns out for prisons. She's actually a member of Botswana's prison services. The other two studying in the United States. It's Tagnaout. Tagnaout, Ayane is making a decent run here. Tagnaout thought she'd go herself, and instead the captain Utlachile has managed to block the effort.
It's kind of really impressive from Tagnaout. She started from the right wing in the first half. Now the second half she went to the left wing. They are just interchanging play like it's good for this Morocco team.
Got some versatile and dynamic players.
They do.
Shebak not least among them.
Nakash also switching play in the midfield.
Ayane is just superb.
Phenomenal.
She just needs the goals as a reward.
I know.
Another chance here. Bosija will claim this looping ball as Ayane got a touch on it, but Mrabet's got the initial touch. Long ball by Botswana. Tulakele might be running onto it here, but it's comfortable into the arms of Khadija Ermishi. Sense of desperation in that punted ball upfield by Botswana. Tulakele, I expect, would have been flagged for offside there had she got onto the end of it. Would have been a close run thing. That's it, play. See the ball thumped upfield by the opposing goalkeeper. Botswana made her debut as a 16-year-old. International debut. Such is her quality. Tulakele with the outside of the boot. Producing a near miracle shot for Botswana. The applause at the celebration, though, is for the save made by Ermishi. And look at this attempt at a finish with the outside of the boot.
The pass, the delivery, the shot was everything. But unfortunately, the pace. And you could tell the way her positioning, she didn't have that chance and there was nobody she could lay the ball for. So, of course, she has to take the chance that she has.
Dugnout putting her hand up for his second player of the match award at this tournament. Dugnout still going strong. Sudi here inside the 18-yard area. It's a tight angle. Where does she go? Straight at Botswana. Zonto just bowling the ball out of play out to the far side. Getting play back underway. 5 minutes plus some added time to go. Do Botswana have a response in them? Or are Morocco marching on? Set piece to Botswana. Jawe over this. Clears. I can tell you that Redouane is down just outside her own 18-yard area. The play will eventually be stopped by the Togolese referee. Not very happy, picks the ball up and looks to march on, but this is Zineb Redouane, who likes to get forward. She's part of the Moroccan team at the All-Africa Games in Rabat in 2019 and finished third. Renal Pedros, meanwhile, feeding a few instructions to a handful of the players. Zineb Redouane is being ushered off.
I'm not surprised because she has been going like up and down, supporting the strikers, supporting the defense line and everything, the midfield. She has really done well for her team, Redouane.
She's going to be fine, judging by the way that she's running around the corner flag currently. But play to get back underway from a drop ball. The referee needs the ball. It's Tulakele. What a tournament she's had, Refilo Tulakele. She had trials Tulakele, meanwhile, is picking up the caution here.
I don't think she's ready to go out here. She's coming back again.
So play will get back underway from a drop ball. Redouane ready to make her way back onto the pitch. Tulakele looking to get underneath this one, but El Shad sees it away. Redouane waiting for the signal from the referee. In the centre of the park here, it's Chane. Botswana recognise time is ticking away. They've got 90 seconds plus added time to find an equaliser, or it is Morocco that march on. Redouane back on the pitch, makes the initial clearance. Dugnout being put under a little pressure here by Khalikotle, one of the Mexican girls players. They play in the Quineng Regional League in Botswana. There's going to be another change for Botswana. It's Michel Abweng, another one of the BDF players, Botswana Defence Force. She returned from playing in Zambia.
Number 21 out, number 24 in.
So, change here sees somebody who returned from playing in Zambia to join the Botswana Defence Force and ultimately the football team. Make your way on for Chane, who plays for Township Rollers. One of the more familiar sides in Botswana, both men's and women's football. Free kick to Morocco in the 90th minute. This is women's football at its very best. This is the Total Energies Women's Africa Cup of Nations. It's Morocco 2022, and the host nation are effectively added time away from claiming a place at the FIFA Women's World Cup. What a day it'll be for African women's football. As we hit the 90-minute mark, 3 minutes of time has been added on. And I say what a day it'll be for women's football because we will have guaranteed 2 fresh faces at the FIFA Women's World Cup for Africa.
Yes.
With Zambia already qualifying from the opening quarter-final. From this quarter-final, Morocco on the verge of qualifying, but it's not over yet. Here's Shabak. Ayane. Tugnold might be looking for possession. Instead, it's Redouane. It's being sent on her way, but Tlachile is not on my watch and steers the ball away. Coach Nkutli-Sang.
I think Morocco, they're just trying to run the time down right now, so there's no point for them trying to play when you have less than 3 minutes to go for booking the ticket to the Women's World Cup. You just have to run the clock down.
Shabak being applauded for that moment. She scored in 3 consecutive matches. Maybe there's something still to come for Shabak. 90 minutes is up. We're into added time, 90 seconds of added time remaining. As the ball is out for the corner, and Morocco are deliberately taking plenty of time in walking out to take this corner kick.
Well, the coach has to ask Redouane to drop back because she likes to play with the strikers up there.
Delivery in by Shabak toward the near post. It's out for the corner again. Tlachile. It's the underside of the boot. Nesrin Al-Shad to get dangerous. Shabak, the set piece.
Coach Pedro is not taking any chances right now.
Might take one short here. Tugnold waits just off to the side of Shabak. Shabak, delivery is looking crisp. Busija gets a touch on it. It's eventually cleared. But Botswana needs something more than a clearance. They need an equaliser. Morocco moments away from victory. With the ball out of play, Rachel, how have you seen the 90 minutes played out?
I think both teams gave their all. Both teams, you could tell the way they played, they actually wanted to go forward. Unfortunately, the team that utilized their chances, the better team, is going to the semi-final. But kudos to Botswana. They gave their all, and they've really done their best. I think this team should be proud of themselves.
Shabak playing a sensational role in midfield. Back with Ayane here. She's looking for a goal on this quarter-final day. Botswana have come away with possession, but there's not enough time left. Surely Tulagele runs onto this one. Is there something magical set to happen for Botswana in the closing stages of the 90? Ermishi tidies it up, and with that, surely we'll see the end of this match. That is the end. History made as Morocco march on. The Atlas Lionesses roaring to the final 4. Mrabet with a decisive goal in the second half. Sanam Sudi opened the scoring early. Kate Mintiditebe equalised for Botswana, but Yasmin Mrabet secured the decisive goal in the second half. And Morocco are victorious, and Morocco are on their way to Australia and New Zealand, and Morocco are into the final 4 of this tournament. They make it 4 wins from 4. Who can say this is not their tournament? They will meet the winner of the tie between Cameroon and Nigeria in the semi-finals. It's a dangerous semi-final to come, but right now there's joy and celebration and elation.
Wat's die okasie is 'n splinternuwe skitterblink reeks op SABC2 wat partytjies hou vir ons land se nommer 1 persoonlikhede met die hulp van 'n span kundiges.
Dis so lekker om 'n nuwe program te hê. Wat's die okasie?
Jy wil nie hierdie mis nie. Welkom.
Ja, tjie, soos al die beestryd van die dal af, meisie.
Ons is nou amper reg die show